I know your name, don't hide from me, 'cause I see all your pain. It's written in your eyes, you and I, we are one and the same. For better or for worse, our dreams are our curse. We are united in our pain. So tell me why we live like angels with no halos, walking blind in a wasteland, a graveyard out of sight and out of mind. It must be crazy to live so aimlessly, and yet so confined. We survive. We are fighters and we break the lies alive. We break the lies alive. Even when you're on your own, you don't walk alone. I'm by your side. Somehow we survive. Tell me why we're gifted with such insight, but we're so blind to the demons that we all fight. Is this really by design? And if so, then what happened to our human side? If we can't let go of the hate in our souls, then I fear we've wasted our lives. We survive. We are fighters and we break the lies alive. We break the lies alive. Even when you're on your own, you don't walk alone. I'm by your side. Somehow we survive. We survive. We are fighters and we break the lies alive. We break the lies alive. Even when you're on your own, you don't walk alone. I'm by your side.
Hello.
I keep doing that. I'm still finding new and interesting ways to do intros. I'm just still doing alright.
Yeah,
There
that's
you go. So ladies and gents, welcome. How are you doing? Hope everyone's feeling good and dandy. Ring Warriors this evening. It's going to be good. It's going to be hype. Already got Frog and Delir in chat ready for some wrestling. And that's going to be great. If anyone else wants to join in, or if you guys want to share and let anyone else know about the fun times we're about to endure, then yes, let them know. Ask them to come on down. That's what the fun is. Currently joined by Tash.
Hello. Yeah,
Lovely stuff.
sorry, that wasn't such a sort of flamboyant, like,
Hi.
sort of, thing, like, hello! How is everybody doing? Oh, yeah, I'm gonna stop. I'm not going. Yeah, I'm just going to stop doing that now, because
that's fine.
that felt cringy as heck.
It's all right. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
So, I wanted to chat with the people in chat, because, of course, I don't want you... But this is the thing, like, for those who watch my other streams in the week, or when I occasionally stream for the weekend, you would know that I don't have a starting soon screen, really. It's just me with kind of like a vlog screen like you're seeing now, having a natter with you guys, prior to then just jumping to what we're actually here for.
Oh, yeah.
So, I wanted to pitch an idea. Of course, this is completely up there for anyone and everyone. But, what are your feelings on the starting soon screen? Do you like it? Do you think it's alright? Or would you prefer something like this, where I started the stream, whether it was on my own or whether the guys were already in the Discord chat ready to go, and we have a mini bit of banter with you guys and banter between ourselves before jumping into the game, and get you guys involved and hyped at the same time? What would you guys like? Let me know. In any which way you want, even on the Discord server, because that's what it's there for. And it'll be good to hear your thoughts. The other thing I would love thoughts on, those who don't know, because Twitch have an awesome feature that I really like, called channel points. If you didn't know already, in the bottom left-hand side of where the chat box is, you are gaining points as you're watching the streams, whether it be this one or any of my other streams throughout the week. And I have some incentives that you can purchase your points on, such as asking me anything, unlocking random sub emo, highlighting your message, suggesting a game, one specific for gimmick card battles being suggest a deck, which is really good, and specifically only two so far for Ring Warriors, being a Ring Warriors perfect hit, where effectively the next roll from one of the player characters will be a perfect hit, naturally, with no extra rolling, whilst there's also Ring Warriors Roller 1, where you are purposely telling me that the next NPC I'm controlling who dares roll an attack, or rolls a save, or rolls anything, it's a 1. Oh no! Plan over. And we gotta go from there. So far, that's all I really have for Ring Warriors, just rolling a perfect hit for the players and rolling a 1 for the NPCs. Can players of Ring Warriors use their points to make perfect hit, or NPCs have a nat 1? Preferably not, Tash. More because that would be completely broken.
But this is kind of like what the sort of points, like using your points, could be like. As I use my points to do the Ask Me Anything thing. So I asked a question, and Dom simply answered it, and it's as easy as that.
It really is. And Ask Me Anything is literally Ask Me Anything. It's as simple as that. But I wanted to get your guys' opinion on this as well, because for best people to ask about other people that watch the streams. So, of course, you guys that are watching, I highly respect your opinions. So, at the moment, we only have... I'll even roll them on my end so you can see exactly what they are. So, we have this, which is, for example... If I did a test 1, bang. So, I redeemed 1,000 points for a perfect hit. Kick their ass! And thus... Okay, next character gets a perfect hit. While the other one could be this. You suck! And oh no, I got a roll of 1. So it all comes up on my feed, so I can see what's happening, what points are being used, who's pumping out what, so I can then say to people, oh, this guy's made him have to roll a 1. or this guy's giving you a perfect hit right off the bat for free. But I wanted you guys to know, is there any other interactive little things you would want to add in? I think it would be double or triple cost for the players depending on the amount of points they have accrued. I would say that, but just to make it more simple, I wouldn't want my players to abuse using the point system for Ring Warriors when they're in the game. Simply because I want them to be focused on playing the game and having fun with the fate of the dice by their side, rather than relying on, oh no, I'm not doing so hot in this fight, spend all my viewpoints of just ghosting me and ghosting the stream to pump them up and lower their enemies, and before you know it, the Lavanya versus Mike Jaws rematch is just a glorified one fest. That's it.
My God.
Which, no, we're not having. Just don't do it. No. If you guys did it, that's something completely different, but I'm not endorsing it, so please don't. Yeah. But yeah, the main thing I was asking was, is there anything else you would like to see as incentives for points, specifically for Ring Warriors bits? Yeah, probably best if it's chat only. So much for Zarkon trying some shenanigans. Yeah, stop it. Don't think about that. Yes, so any other things you could think of that would be a fun little interactive thing that you can spend points on, that would either like make allies or enemies re-roll dice, potentially give health boosts to the allies, or potentially adding extra d6s of damage onto attacks that the allies are doing against the enemies, or maybe even adding some interesting ones where, oh, if the enemies are getting too thick, let me see, 20k points for every next roll for a round is a 1. Ow? But I mean, that can involve everyone in that round. So, every single person rolls a 1 in a single round? I don't know. The thing is, it's got to be balanced enough, but at the same time, just be fun. A little fun, interactive thing. Like, for example, giving you guys the chance to offer 2d4 worth of healing to a player that you want, be it a ally, be it one of the players, be it one of their allies, even be one of the bad guys that they're wrestling at the time. Because why not? All of a sudden they gain a burst of strength and they become tougher than ever before. Little things like that, if you guys would be interested. So if you have any ideas, by all means, just let them out. Give me a shout and all that jazz. We can either talk about it here, or more than welcome to post them on the Discord server where I can just look at them whenever I want. And because Discord works so well for just keeping logs of things, it's just super good. So it works. Yeah, smaller scale ideas are probably better. Yeah, exactly. You don't want.
Yeah, sorry. Carry on.
Well, speaking of a smaller scale idea, oh, there's Foxy.
I am here.
Apparently a small scale idea, yeah, whatever.
Well, it's the devil's in the details always.
There you go. So, I know one of the ones I do want to add in is, I think, like healing. And then maybe even having a couple of healing ones. So you have one that's a relatively high cost, which is a couple of d4s worth of healing. And then an even bigger one being 2d6s worth of healing. For those people that are really dedicated to the streams and really wanting to save it for that crucial moment when they don't want their favourite character to lose right off the bat. Then definitely the health boost thing is a thing. Perfect hits are going to stay, the misses will stay. So yeah, any other ideas are fully welcome. That's the main gist of it. I know I've said it about 5 different times in 6 different ways, but hey ho, there you go.
There we go.
Indeedy. But tonight is hoping to be a good one. We start off the Bash of the Barnyard, the next major pay-per-view that the players are playing through. starting off tonight with Erg's match versus Mysterious Opponent. Or question mark, if you watched the last stream. Yeah, so perhaps 5k points for 1d6 damage against a target, a random fan throwing something into the ring. See, there you go. Something like that is perfect. Because it completely encompasses the idea of Ring Warriors. That you're putting on a wrestling match and a wrestling show, and an audience is watching, and audience interaction and participation could also happen at any point. Because the points are giving you guys a chance to be kind of like a wrestling fan. So you spend so many points, start a chant in chat. Or, like you said, 1d6 worth of damage as if you're throwing something in the ring to get them pissed off, or just damage that little bit extra. That'd be cool. I think if we did it against a random target, that would definitely be better. I may even incorporate that to the roll of 1, roll of 6. Roll a perfect hit, sorry, because it depends on when you guys time it. So if you time it wrong and you end up rolling a perfect hit during, let's say, using Lavanya versus Mike Jaws as an example, if you mistime it and you end up posting it when it's Mike Jaws' turn and Mike Jaws is about to use his climax move, you've just given Mike Jaws his climax move for free with a perfect hit. Ouch.
Ouch.
But that could happen.
It's Chapter 7, Episode 5, if I remember correctly.
That sounds correct, yes. Yeah, because you spent Episode 1 arriving in Ohio, meeting Jace Highwind, going to the barn. Episode 2 was the appearance of Mysterious Beastie. Episode 3 was quelling the Beastie, calming him down and getting to know him, getting to know you, and making it so that he has full control over his beast-like powers. Episode 4 was then the hilarious "Can we sneak him into the barn?", which worked quite well, but there were some funny moments, which we all liked.
I could hear somebody and it scared me.
And speaking of sneaking in, hi Vinny.
Hi, right. No. Long story short, my phone doesn't work when I don't plug headphones in for Discord. Don't know why. But I'm going to be back in a little while. I need to walk the dog.
Lovely.
So I'll be back in like 15-20 minutes.
Okay.
Alright.
But I thought I'd drop in and let you know rather than just blank you.
Yeah, that's fine. Absolutely fine.
Right. See you in a bit.
In a beer. So at least we know the first match of the evening will have a slight delay. But it's all fun. It's all right. So I guess this is a perfect time to go over what I'm planning on doing with the Wrestler's Manual, which, in all honesty, might just bring us over to, I don't know, the Updates and Dev Talk screen. Ooh! Yeah. I mean, this wacky screen that we have here. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't seen it already, our beloved Wrestler's Manual is right here on your screen for your enjoyment. I'm just going to bring it into the middle, just so it's more centralized. Gorgeous. Still in love with our gorgeous piece of front of book art. Done via an amazing commission through Fiverr.
I feel so bad. I'm trying to remember their name. I'm going to look on Fiverr real quick and I will tell you the name.
No worries. Isn't that a furry in the middle? No, that's an Azarian. We don't... Well, yet again, it could be. But no. No, it's an Azarian. He's one of the races in the game. It's a fox guy. If you want to think of him as a furry, you can, but that's up to you. For me personally, I despise furries, so no. I do not see him as a furry. I simply see him as a race in my game. That is it. Which race is just about to get crashed into the mat? That is the Hissen. Specifically, these are actually the original 4 characters of the main campaign. So those of you that have watched the main campaign that you can watch all the episodes of that I have uploaded to YouTube, you would see from the very beginning that we have Lavanya, who's in that bulldog headlock, being taken down to the mat, that has her tail wrapped around the arm of Liam, the Azarian. And jumping in the back, we have our beloved Rockman Erg in the back right, leaping in, and then we have Bumper, the Loplin, over up in the top left. So we have the original 4 characters that started the campaign.
And I was going to say, I found the artist.
Ah, there you go.
So, on Fiverr, they are known as Hindi355. That's HIN for November, DY 355. And, go check them out. They've done a fantastic commission on the front cover of the Ring Warriors Player's Handbook, wrestling manual even. I keep thinking in D&D terms. It's a wrestling manual, god damn it. Continue, Dom.
Ah, that's alright. So yeah, amazing piece of art, kickstarted off. We specifically wanted to have the original 4 characters on the front of it as well, because it makes sense. With this in mind, however, I am contemplating getting another commission done for an alternate art for the front cover.
Ooh.
Because when we release the game, hopefully the release goes well, I would hope that we have a standard edition of the Wrestler's Manual, such as this, with the front art as you see now, and then a special edition of the manual that will have a limited batch for a set amount of people that will be known as the Champions Edition. And the Champions Edition, to make it a little bit more fancy, the front cover will not feature the original 4 guys. The front cover will instead feature the current World Heavyweight Champion in the campaign, Radovan Rekabor, head-to-head with Lavanya, as if it's a proper wrestling poster with 2 opponents butting heads, with the championship belt on the front of the screen with Ring Warriors Wrestling Tabletop Role-Playing Game in the championship itself, to give you a firm idea of it. And to make that a little bit more interesting, this is more so an inspiration after seeing some of the amazing Warhammer Collector's Editions. Another thing I would love to do with the Champion Edition is that when you open it up, on the back of the front cover, there is a wrestling contract that would have written out the contract deal that you have for being in the World Wrestling Organization, that is in the campaign and in the world of Ring Warriors, and you have a chance to sign your own wrestling contract to make it fully your own. Just to make it a little bit more personalised and a little bit more attuned to the world itself. So you can have your very own signed contract inside your very own Championship Edition. That's the dream.
And also, it makes it harder to someone to steal your Champion Edition book.
Very true. Because if anyone... The only thing is, the resale value would plummet. Because once you sign that contract, if you try to sell it on to anyone else, it's already got your name on. No one's going to want it. Unless their name is also Steve. The world's most average man! Yet to be featured in Ring Warriors. Still an ongoing joke.
I know, right?
Yes.
The idea of a wrestling manual called Suplexing for Dummies.
I mean,
if we ever do a Ring Warriors Kids Edition, sure. And it would just be, like, the Kids Edition would be this front artwork, but it would be kids in, like, a sand pit. It would be the children version of the main guys in a sand pit, headlocking each other and all that, which would be adorable.
Yeah, it would be.
It'd be like
so cute.
It'd be like the Muppet Babies edition of the Ring Warriors. And then you would have the four guys messing about in a sandpit, and then like child Mike Jaws in the background looking angry that no one's playing with him. Just to add in there.
Oh, that's so wholesome.
That would be a lovely idea, because then what I would do with that edition is we would basically streamline the entirety of the wrestler's manual and make it a little bit more custom to children, so that it's easier for them to get involved with role-playing games, but at the same time, it's wrestling, it's fun, it's a bit wacky, a little bit zany, nothing too visceral, nothing too hard to understand for the kids. I would even probably make Ring Warriors Kids Edition based around a single D6 of a dice, so that we only have one dice to roll and that's it, rather than using 3 dice that the current system uses, being a D6, D4, and D12. Again, thinking of it from a introductory standpoint, and then giving them the chance to embrace the full version of the game once they feel they're ready, once their parents can introduce them to it, or when they're just old enough and we have Ring Warriors 5th Edition, where in Ring Warriors 5th Edition we have such wrestling styles as the Elementalist who suplexes you with fire elementals. You know, it could happen.
Wow.
Yes.
But hey ho, who knows? Future planning, but I always think having future planning for a game is very important.
Yes, it is.
So there's a reason why I brought the Wrestler's Manual up. We're not just talking about front art, as awesome as it is. I want to bring up some things that I will be adding, potential changes. So some of you may know some of the changes that are coming up if you've seen some of these pre-stream dev talks that I put a lot of. So the first place we're going to stop as we're scrolling through is down here with the speed table. Speed is a hard one to judge, because with speed, and actually, mind me 1 second, just gonna turn the bloody light on. There you go, that's better. I can see! I can fight!
Right!
One of my favourite.
I mean,
That is my favourite Fairly Odd Parents episode, by the way, if people want to know. I was actually making a reference back to the start with how Erg learned to suplex by suplexing the book called Suplexing for Dummies. Ah! Very good today, well done. But I'm glad this side tangent happened because of it. Oh, definitely. Definitely. I do like a bit of a side tangent. That's my life in general. Just my life is just full of side tangents mishmashed together into some form of linearity. What is
There
life
we
but
go.
a series of misfortunate events that somehow managed to turn out okay?
like blessings in disguise.
There you go. So yes, speed. Speed is always something hard to calculate and track in role-playing games. Different role-playing games do it in different ways. Some games have dedicated dice for moving, and depending on what you roll depends on how far you're able to move in that turn. And then you can spend your turn moving a little bit, doing an attack, or doing a thing, and then moving the rest of the way after you've done your thing. Which I've contemplated on, but not really what I'm after. So what could be happening with speed? Of course, speed is heavily linked to the weight classes, which, as you can see here, we have Cruiserweight, Light Heavyweight, Heavyweight, Super Heavyweight, and Gigaweight.
Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
he's back.
Hello.
Did you walk the dog already?
The walk was cut short because he decided to sprint home because he saw a staffy up the top of the road.
Oh no.
So I ended up having to pull him the other way, and I just decided, you know what? If he's going to be like this, he doesn't deserve his walk right now. He's been for his business, so anything now is just extra time. So he's gone back in, and he's gone and laid down because he knows he's done bad.
Nice.
Anyway, he's a good dog most of the time. He's just a bit of an arsehole.
There we go.
Then again, they say dogs are like their owners, so I don't know what that says about me.
No.
Yeah, it's true.
So what have I missed, if anything?
Well, I was about to talk about how I might be changing how speed works in the game in a future update. So, of course, the tough part with how I've calculated speed in this one is the speed is heavily connected to weight class. And I still think it makes sense. The heavier you are, you're not going to be able to move as freely as someone who's a cruiserweight. It just makes sense. But I think
Careful. You go in Todd Howard levels of just be careful.
10 times the size of Fallout 4.
See, the difference is between like whatever that lie was and whatever this is. Yours is probably actually true.
Yeah, mine can actually happen. That's the thing. So, one of the changes I'm it's a very simple change, mind you, but one of the changes that I'm thinking of doing is, of course, speed at the moment is calculated in feet. It's very similar to how D&D does it, with heavyweights running at 30, super heavyweight at 25, gigaweight at 20, light heavyweight at 35, cruiserweight at 40. The reason why I did it like this is because then it completely bypasses the need for different races to have different speed types, because now your speed isn't dedicated to your race, it's dedicated to your wrestling weight class. So,
not sorry to interrupt, but like in my head, that also like makes the thing of like different races have different preferred sizes. Or different...
Well, that's it. Because nothing's. Because who's to say you can't? And this was an idea that Delir also brought up not that long ago, which I thought was a fantastic idea. But it's the full point of the game as well. Nothing says that you can't have an Agricon that is normally depicted as anywhere between a heavyweight to a gigaweight. If you talk to your game master about it, there is nothing stopping you constructing an Agricon that's cruiserweight. That's just a very well chiseled Agricon, chiseled into, let's say, that of like a statue, that is capable of achieving some big jumping attacks and becoming a cruiserweight high flyer. Yeah, exactly. It can happen. Nothing should stop you from literally making what you want to do. Which leads on to something I was going to bring up anyway, but there you go.
Speak of weight classes. Sorry, I just thought I remembered this the other day. I've been debating making a ultra heavyweight a Loplan called Big Chungus.
I agree. I support this notion. But yes, this also brings up something that I wanted to announce as well, which I'll quickly scroll down, because I was saying that about the races and shouldn't stop you from having weight classes of all sorts. You see here with the elf, for example, elves, lightweight to heavyweight only. These elements of the characters are going to be abolished. Because no longer are elves only going to be able to be light heavyweight or heavyweight. Elves, humans, dwarves, gnomes, agricons, hissens, sharkons, anything and anything can be any weight class you wish. And I want to make that happen simply because in wrestling, it happens all the time. You can have guys from Samoa that are normally depicted to be the big, brutish beings of the wrestling world. You can have people from Samoa that are just as agile and high-flying as Rey Mysterio. Yet you can have Mexican wrestlers that are normally defined as... Well, a lot of them are defined as cruiserweight to light heavyweight. The Sheep! Oh, thank you very much, Vinny. Interrupting sub with interruptions. Haha. Lovely stuff. Thank you very much. Get more sheep in chat. There you go. I see the sheep. Happy days. So as I was saying there, with Mexican wrestlers like Rey Mysterio, mostly being cruiserweight, light heavyweight in nature, nothing stopping you from having a Mexican wrestler that is cruiserweight or light heavyweight, but heavyweight and super heavyweight, and having them be the big, brutish, masked Master Lords of the Ring. Why would I restrict people on that when character creation is so important? And the thing is, for anyone that's thinking, but you kind of need restrictions in order to make it interesting so that not one race is more powerful than the other, which completely makes sense, but you want viable options. And I think I've got that with the character creation already. Like, if you want to run with a character that has randomized elements about him that you didn't even know is going to be brought to the table, run as a human and roll on the underestimated table to see what random mutation you get. If you want to be an elf that is also a high flyer, you can freaking do it. You could be a dwarf. You could be a cruiserweight dwarf that has the ability to wrestlesmith. Hello? How does this not entice you people? Dwarves know how to wrestlesmith. Wrestlesmithing.
Just create the smallest powerhouse you can and have like a 3-foot midget larger than life you constantly.
There you go. Just have like a 3-foot midget that you look at, looks scrawny as heck, has no chance of winning. Enemies that are larger than them laugh at all the times, and little do they know that the little one's already got them halfway up for a suplex. Done. So that will end up coming into a future update. The weight class restrictions on races will be abolished so that any race can be any weight class. Coming back to speed and how that's going to change, because speed is currently done in feet, very similar to how D&D does it. We are changing how feet works to meters. More so because I'm British and I prefer meters. But on top of that, meters will mean that your speed will be brought down to single digits instead of double digits, in order to make it easier to understand that. So gigaweights may only be able to move 2 meters. The super heavyweights can move 3, heavyweights 4, lightweight heavyweights 5, cruiserweights 6. Just to give you a basic idea. This may be the finalized way of doing it. I may be juggling around with the numbers a bit, making the cruiserweights maybe have 8, so they can be crazy people and do crazy things. Bearing in mind, this will affect how momentum attacks work. This will affect how the high flyers' jumping attacks work, because that is calculated via speed. They would still have similar ranges, do not get me wrong, but it will be calculated through the meters instead of feet. Basically a way to simplify it, but at the same time make it our own, without having to dabble into the world of D&D anymore. Because I'm trying to space, as you may know, I am trying to space away from D&D as much as humanly possible, because this is not D&D, this is Ring Warriors. My baby, not Gygax's. But if Gygax totally wanted to work on this with me, then totally just hit me up and let me know, just saying. Gary Gygax, please. Can I has your wisdom? I was going to say something else that sounded completely wrong, and thank God I didn't say it.
Thank God, indeed.
But yes, that's one thing that's going to be happening. Thing number 2, which will make a lot of people happy, including Vinny.
Go on.
I am going to make sure that the races and styles are in alphabetical order.
Yay!
I've always loved you, Dom. Have I ever told you that?
Yeah.
Also, that is going to make me really happy
Good.
as well.
So those that
Because it means Agricon is number 1. Yeah!
So those who are currently testers of the game. By the way, if anyone wanted to be a tester of Ring Warriors and you wanted to show your love for it and potentially join in on the fun, hit us up on the Discord server. Let us know that you want to be a tester of the game. We will give you the appropriate role to join the Ring Warriors testing group. You'll then have access to a read-only version of the Wrestler's Manual, which is this current version right now. And you'll be able to have a butcher's, come up with some ideas. Any criticisms you have just with the manual as it is, I'm more than happy to read them. But on top of that, when we get enough people involved, we can do a one-off with you guys, and we can all have fun. It'll be awesome. So yeah, alphabetical orders coming in. A lot. Yeah, so one thing that I said on, I believe it was the last stream we did, it may have been the stream before. What we're seeing here, which is a D6 effect table when you roll a toughness contest. A lot of this will take over what the current system is for stat rolling. So instead of you just rolling stats, adding on the appropriate stat on top, we're looking at just completely nullifying that and doing either just straight up roll a d6, depending on what number you land on, depends on how good or how bad you do. But then in some cases, if it is against an opponent, doing a contest against your opponent with the highest roll winning and appropriate things going from there. I may incorporate stats into it anyway, or I may add in the idea that, let's say for example, I let you say, you roll a contest with favour, but instead of you actually rolling your d6, you have a choice of either rolling your d6 or just using your favour stat anyway. So if you have a favour of 6 or 8, you can just go, well, I'm winning, if you want to. But I may even say to you, you roll this with harm, meaning that you can use the d6 if you want, or you will be rolling with your harm stat, which may be as low as a 1. Ouch. Just to make it a little bit more interesting, so do you gamble or do you settle? Ooh. And 9 out of 10 players would take the gamble, and if you roll a 1 anyway, ha! But that's the fun of the game. And that's what we want. We want dice rolls that engages players and lets players have fun. This does mean that a bunch of skills in the 4 like different wrestlers and whatnot are potentially going to be changed, because if they have a save connected to them, the save is going to change into a contest, or the save is going to change into roll a d6, and then if you are this successful, this happens. If you get these numbers, this happens. If you get a 1, this happens. Whether it's either the player rolling it or the opponent rolling it. Something that will be worked on. That's going to take some time, so don't worry about it. That's going to be a big investment. But I think that's going to change things for the better and change things for the good. Then leading on to one last thing that I am going to go over.
The sheep!
Another sheep shout, as Vinny has gifted a tier 1 sub to Frog. Nice! You're welcome, Frog the Jam. You now have access to the sheep, which you can totally enjoy. Yeah, if enough join, you might be able to throw down with Zarkon if you're lucky. Oh yes. Now you have the power of Sheep Frog. Enjoy it. So yes, the very last thing I wanted to bring up before we started playing this evening, I am planning to finally go over the Ring Warriors move list. It's been a long time coming. There's a lot of things that needed to be changed, edited and updated with the Ring Warriors move list, as well as a full explanation as to how damage works. So, for those of you who are new to Ring Warriors and you don't know how damage works, basically in the game, when you engage in a proper attack, your attack can do a few different things. For example, an enemy's AC, or their attire class, is a 12. If you roll a 1, you completely miss. You may potentially fall out of a ring, you may go into a down position, you could even punch into a brick wall and hurt yourself. Things could happen. If you roll lower than their AC, but it's not a 1, you hit your target, but it doesn't deal as much damage as hoped because you weren't pulling your punch a bit, you weren't committing to the suplex enough, or the hold wasn't on tight enough, and so it only deals harm damage instead of your regular stats damage. Then if you just hit their AC, but it's not a perfect hit being if you roll a 12 on a d12, then you just deal your regular stats worth of damage, and simple as. But then, if you do roll your perfect hit, that is then using your favor stat for damage, which can go quite high, and I think the highest favor you can get at the moment in the game without stat boosting is 12, when you have a starting stat of 8 in your regular stats. So dealing 12 damage on a favor whenever you roll that can be pretty valuable. But then bearing in mind there are then skills that can add other dice on top to deal more damage or to use different effects, blah 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 blah, all that fun. So we're going to be explaining that. I'm going to be tampering through the list, hopefully putting this into... Most of it's in alphabetical order anyway, which is actually pretty good. Some of it just needs tweaking. The explanations are pretty solid. I may just be updating as well. Maybe even adding in more moves, because, for example, I've only got like 2 or 3 variations of a suplex, when we all know there's like a million variations of suplexes. From the regular and the German, to the electric chair suplex, to the T-bone suplex. There's all kinds of different suplexes alone, which of course we want to integrate.
Yes.
And there you go. So with all that in mind, because of how hot it is this evening, I'm going to quickly grab myself a drink, and then when we're back, we are going to kickstart the game proper. So bear with us, guys. We'll be back in a sec, and when we're back, it's game time!
Yes.
If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I work tonight, if I'm so tired tonight, I'll fall asleep when I'm home. When I'm home. I was just so far from here, focused on my own way, with never looking back to those who lived in fear. There was nothing I could do, there was nothing you said that could make me realize how much lucky I was. Just out of reach of the fire, was not aware of the nightmare, but when I stopped to see through sight, begging for help, begging for hope, just need to open my eyes down, to try to change them to sunshine, to be someone among others. I've got to try it. If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight,
wah, wah. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back.
Heck yeah.
Don't know what the wah, wah, wah was, but-
was.
Oh, sorry to interrupt. Delir, by the way, you're wrong. Would disagree.
Zarkon
My-
is fairly
my-
adept to suplexes, but a powerbomb works just as well.
Would disagree.
Why would you powerbomb when you could suplex? Like, is there
Yeah,
even an option?
Why would you suplex when you can T-bone?
Mm.
Yeah, Erg has his own brand of sweatpants. You know it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's like Gap. Or
No, but
Calvin Klein.
no,
It's
but-
just called Erg.
Yeah, it's just called
yeah,
Erg.
it's just Erg.
Yeah.
Erg with a full stop. Erg with a full stop.
Yes.
Like, you can just imagine the advert, which is in black and white. It's like sophistication, power, precision. Erg.
Stretchiness.
Oh, that needs to be a thing.
Just,
then
I've worn these for many years and I've never ripped them once. By Erg.
And then the tagline would just be Erg, soup, dunk for Levi's.
Yes. Yes.
Everything about that
But
is
then
great.
you change the brand all the time to cater to different audiences. It's like Dunk for Doc Martens, Dunk for Gap,
Yeah.
Dunk for Gucci,
Yep.
Dunk for Sheep. Who knows? A
No.
lot of different.
Well, literally, like a billboard ad campaign just is literally me dunking different types of jeans.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's like one of those animated GIFs on the billboard where it's just jeans, t-shirts, hoodies, and that you can all buy from shockonrobot.com.
All available now at discount prices because they don't exist.
There you go.
Yes.
All for a matter of invisible money. Anyway,
Yes.
tell you what's not invisible: the game and playing it,
Yes.
which we can
Yep.
do right now.
Do it.
So, ladies and gents, if you just tuned into the stream, welcome to Ring Warriors, the wrestling role-playing. I can't even say the title of the game properly. No, it's Ring Warriors, the wrestling tabletop role-playing game. Created, designed, ran, hosted, and all that fun jazz by yours truly, Don the Expert of Coles, as I am joined by my three wrestling dudes ready to kick some major butthole. We are joined by the Fox that may box, but please don't dox. It's Foxy playing as Liam Cyber O'Reilly.
Yes, I am.
Lovely stuff. We then have the Rock You Don't Mock, even if he wears a sock. It's Erg the Geode.
What up, people?
And of course we have the Fad that's a lad, but he's not called Chad. No, it's in fact Dr. Thaddeus for Dastardly.
With a tip of his hat and the twirl of his tash, he will kick some serious ass.
Exactly.
Nice.
Erg
Nice.
being played by Vinny and Thaddeus being played by Tash.
Heck yeah.
Should have mentioned that prior. Either way,
Yeah.
is it like a Wooloo, but instead of soccer, it's basketball? No, it's a Mouflon, and you know it. Get with the times. Who wins in a wrestling fight? A Wooloo or a Mouflon? Answer:
Mouflon.
Look at the episodes with Bob and tell me I'm wrong. Done.
Yep.
There is one or two good Mouflons, though. Especially, well, I don't think a Wooloo could win ever, even if there were 7 of them.
They're cute. But that's it. Done. Anywho, last time on Ring Warriors, the guys had managed to help Todd, the half-man, half-bestial Mouflon, gain control of his powers, and they managed to sneak him back into the barn without Bob's wife Maud catching on as to what was happening. Then, in the next morning, Bob revealed it to his missus that this is his long-lost son, Everything was happy, big family reunion, big crying, wholesome, fun times. But then the call was made. Bob receiving that major call from Sean Leafmeyer, as you three are taken to the arena in order to join in on what is known as the Bash of a Barnyard, a special pay-per-view event that only happens at a very limited quantity in Ohio. You went on over there, and as you did, you had a bit of a meet-up with Jace Highwind and his management team, basically coming up to Wilbur, the casual version of Dr. Thaddeus, basically trying to tell him to wear a t-shirt that said, I just got my ass kicked by Jace Highwind. Basically trying to ridicule you before the match even started. Things happened. Yo. It was,
which the middle finger was put up in reaction to this.
Very much so. It was really good. It was really, really good. But then what ended up happening was you guys were then introduced to your super high-tech trailer, especially for Dr. Thaddeus, who basically has the dastardly cave. Haha.
The dastardly den.
There you go, dastardly den, with your accumulations of all your dastardly deeds and daring do's. And thus you have the match card for the tournament. Couple of matches prior to you guys involving some new rising stars in the Ohio circuits, but then your matches which are coming up. And the first one to kickstart it all being a match featuring Erg, our beloved Agricon pal, going toe to toe against a mysterious opponent.
Dom, I have to ask, can you roll me a d6 after I do any move that would involve me maybe hitting the floor? Or taking a blow?
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I know exactly why you want to do it. I completely with it. No problem.
One or two is a fail.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. We'll make that happen. So, a couple of the matches have already taken place. And as that's happening, as you're chilling out in your trailer, having a bit of a chill out time in your own little quarters, there is a knocking on the trailer door, which Bob answers for you guys, with there basically being one of the pay-per-view stagehands, basically saying that the next match is coming up, as Bob, with the door wide open, looks over towards you, Erg, and goes, "Okay, Erg, it's your time to go in there and shine like a daisy dollar."
Erg sort of like sitting there, just sort of cracks his knuckles, slides his gloves on, stands up, and strides proudly out the door.
Nice. Now, do you guys want to... With how the arena is, you can either come down partly down the hallway and look directly from the hallway into the ring, or you can stay in your trailer where there's a television screen for the pay-per-view itself.
Of course, always closer to the action is the better.
Wilbur is going to be at the trailer for the time. Yeah, for the time being. He's got some serious thinking to do.
Not a problem.
Some serious plotting.
No problem at all.
Plus, he's a bit of a prick.
Wow.
Yeah.
What?
No, it's just he's a bit of a prick sometimes.
What? Yeah, what? Who?
The dastardly one, Thaddeus.
Oh! Meh.
Not
his
denying
reasons.
it, I see.
I mean, he has a reason. Yeah, carry on.
No worries. So, with that being done, Liam, you'll follow Erg out as the pal you are. Wilbur staying behind, giving like a thumbs up and a go champ sort of DDO.
Right, we've got me and Liam. We've got our own little custom secret handshake, sort of double fist bumps, like up and down, and then a high five and a spin.
Yep.
Nice. The secret bro shake. I like it. You're walking down the hallway, and as you are, It's a very simple arena. There's no like stage pyro or anything. It's just a very simple hallway going into the open air arena. And then once you go past the arches, it's just people looking at you, making your entrance down the ring. It's as simple as that. So you're at the arches, Liam's there just supporting you, seeing you as you go out. But how do you go out, Erg?
Liam, will it be possible for you to throw some powder down so lightning hits the floor as I'm about to step out?
Sure.
Nice.
Nice one. Liam, if you want to do this, I want you to roll a single attack for me on the floor.
Okay, so it's 1d12, I believe.
Yes.
We start with a 5.
Okay, and roll me one more.
And that's a 7.
Okay. You hear Erg's plan. You do your yellow powder breath in 2 specific areas, either side of Erg. And you time it in such a way so that when Erg comes out, lightning should strike behind him, making a awesome natural entrance. The timing seems to go really well as Erg comes out, and as Erg walks out, the lightning bolts drop. Lightning bolt number 2 drops perfectly, dropping in a perfect space between Erg and where the archway is. The second one's a little bit worse off, as it seems to strike part of the arena, scaring the living daylights out of a mum and her kid, as part of the arena is now burst into flames.
Oh,
But luckily there were stagehands on hand with fire extinguishers, blurting the place out, waving it down with towels, calming it all down. They've done it before. So they've had some shenanigans happen before. You can tell this is why they don't have pyrotechnics here anymore.
Yep.
To make up for that blunder, Erg will just pull a basketball out of nowhere, throw it backwards into a hoop that mysteriously appeared behind him.
Very well. You do such a thing. You do that. The crowd already intensified by it. But how intensified are they? Tash, can you do me a favour and roll me a d12, please?
alrighty then. 1d12 coming up. If it will actually show what I actually rolled.
Yeah, it shows it to me, at least.
What number did you roll?
It rolled a 10.
Okay, cool.
Okay, and then bearing in Erg's appeal being a 5, 15 total. That's actually really damn good. The crowd are freaking hyped. It's been a while since they've seen an Agricon fight in their small little quaint arena as they have over here. And seeing an Agricon with that level of natural pyrotechnic, gotta be good. I mean, you're a champion after all, of course. You gotta bring the thunder. Yo. So, you head on down the ring. Everything's going good. People are hyped to see you. Like waving out to the crowd waving at you, shouting. You got some fans out there. Some of them wearing their Erg foam fists. But just as a simple foam fist of Erg's rocky fist.
And there's just a couple of people with signs out there that just read Rock Wrecker.
There you go. You know it. And then there's an odd guy in the audience with a sign that simply says "Suplex me," and you know that's directed to you.
Catches eye of that and just does a lot of a wink and a sort of finger gun.
Nice. And thus you enter the ring and await your mystery opponent. As you await, the mystery opponent does seem to come out. And what you first see is what seems to be a standard farmer. He's got a pair of denim jeans, dungarees, a white shirt underneath them, and just strolling out. He seems to have a rake in his hand. He may have been at work prior to coming down here. Seems to be a regular farming man. But as he walks out, you can't help but feel that there's something up with this guy. The shirt goes up to about, like, up to his shoulder waist, and you start clocking onto his arms. His arms seeming to have had some major damage done to them, with some permanent scarring going all the way up the arms, even on the hands, that you can just about notice while you're in the ring. And it's like as if he's walking out with his head down, and as his head's down, it's covered up by a big straw farmer's hat. You can tell this is not a mouflon. But is there anything else you can find out? Erg? Roll me a smarts check and see if you can find anything out.
Because of my background, I think I get. Do I roll?
I would definitely give you your favour.
Yeah. Right, so that would be. It's 3, so it would be +5.
Correct.
Right, I'm rolling a d6. Oh, nice. I got 10.
Beautiful. You're looking at this guy. And as you're looking at him, you're thinking to yourself, I can't quite put my finger on it, but I think I've seen this guy before. And then you start thinking to yourself, who have I met before that has scars like that and nothing seems to click in your head? But then you notice the kind of body this guy has and the build he has, and you know it's not a mouflon. But you recognise that he looks more human than anything else. Doesn't quite match like the size of like a dwarf, a Sharkon, or any of the others. Definitely human. And then you think to yourself, wait, who's been in a very serious incident recently that's required him to be taken away by people you know, having possibly major surgery done to rectify something severe that was done to his body? And as you're thinking that, your opponent, as he's walking down, you notice that over his shoulders is a jacket. And as he walks over and raises his head, he turns round and reveals what's on the jacket. As you see the motif of a wing-spread phoenix on the back of his jacket. As he takes his hand, whips it into the audience, and the audience start going berserk. As you know this guy as the Phoenix, Eric Dance.
With that, as soon as Erg sees him, his eyes light up, a massive smile on his face. He literally, like, jumps over the ropes, now, like, does a little fucking flip, lands perfectly, and just goes straight in for the hug.
Nice one. Like, he turns round, noticing that you're doing such a thing, and he's just, like, accepting the hug fully. Just proper manly, muscly embrace for you guys.
Yes.
I can't believe he's back!
And as you're just giving out to him, just going, oh, it's so good to see you, oh, and all that amazing stuff. My baby.
My baby!
I just carry him into the ring on my shoulders.
Nice. And as you do, people are going even more nuts, thinking, wait, these guys know each other? Oh, that's so sick! This is going to be an awesome one. As you escort him into the ring, making him look like proper wrestling royalty as you enter in there. You let him off your shoulders, and he looks at you and just goes, hey, big man, how's it going? It's been a while.
Been too long, man. Where the hell have you been? How are you doing? What the hell? Also, I got my brain back so I can speak again.
Hey, that's cool, man. Hey, don't worry about me. After what happened with Strongham, I feel better than ever. Still a little bit crooked in places, but heck, they needed to basically do surgery to remove all those cybernetic implants I was given. That's why you're seeing all these crazy rips and tears on my skin. They had to do some major work on me.
After this match, man, I'm going to have to make a few phone calls to some people, let them know you're back, if that's cool.
Hey, no way, man. In fairness, that's why I'm out in Ohio.
I think a friend of mine, Lavanya, needs to know you're back, and Well, you can see Liam over there already, probably buzzing with excitement.
Are you, Liam?
Liam is like, yeah, hi.
Just, what? Like Eric would just give you the like little like oh, a heads up wave,
Yep.
and as you guys are having a natter, he'll go. He'll look at you, Erg, and just go. Now you're not going to take it easy on me, now, are you, big guy? I know this.
You
is my
better
first...
not hold back either.
Hey, I know this may be my first proper match after going through what I did, but I haven't lost anything. Thanks to Bob suggesting that I come out here doing some farmyard work, I feel better than ever.
I don't know if you remember it or not, but that fight where we had to fight so many copies of you, we never finished that fight.
Well, how about we stop fighting copies, and you fight the real deal?
Sounds like a plan.
Battle stances were ready, referee coming into the ring, checking you guys are alright, asking for the bell to ring, ding ding ding, and let the round begin, as I want us to start rolling some dice. Okay,
I've got 7.
Oh, lovely.
I got a 7.
Eric also lands on 7.
Ooh.
So we just roll initiative again, so we don't have to roll initiative for every turn.
Yes.
Well, he's going first.
What did you get?
A 1.
Oh no. And Eric did get a 10, so he did very good. Oh god, 1. For the sake of this also, can both Liam and Thaddeus also roll initiative for me?
Okay. D12, let's go. I rolled a 6.
6, lovely.
I rolled a 5.
And 5 for Liam, okay.
I think this is the first match in the entirety of Ring Warriors where Erg has rolled a 1 on initiative.
That is it.
Quite impressive.
Actually. Yeah. It's gone this far. Absolutely.
Yes.
Nice one. Right, with this ready to go, Eric dances for first to party as he clocks on over to you, and he started off in a bit of a boxing stance, but then as the bell rings, he actually drops his stance completely, walks over to you, and thinks to himself, you know what, Erg? There's one thing I actually didn't do. I didn't give you a handshake to wish good luck. As he extends out a hand to you.
Erg's going to take that hand.
Nice one. You shake each other's hands. It's a good, firm, hardy handshake. And then Eric Dance releases his hand from you. But as he releases the hand from a handshake, it's like all of a sudden he's going in for a sudden uppercut into your chin. Ooh, the sly dog. Ooh, heck. That's a 14 versus your AC.
So AC it's 10 by standard, but I've upped it by 1 through levels, and I get half of my toughness, if I'm correct.
Yes, it'll be.
My AC is 14.
Yep.
My AC is 14.
Okay, with that being in mind, stalemate, which means we now both roll, and whoever rolls highest on a flat one, is this going to be a counterattack? Let's have a look. Yeah, it is.
I rolled a 12.
And Eric rolled a 1.
Oh.
So
this is just an ultra counterattack.
So Eric goes for that uppercut, and it's like as if you see it and think I'm not that kind of guy from ages ago. How do you counter?
Give me a second.
Oh, here we are.
I mean, I rolled a 12 and he rolled a 1. There's going to be something going on.
Definitely.
Right, imagine it like the Matrix slow-mo, my head just moves like so fast that the fist just misses it by a centimetre as I grab his hand and just wreck his elbow down on my shoulder, trying to break it.
Oof. So you're going for that suave reversal, going into a move just like that. And as you do, attempting to break it, you actually do your power stats were favor damage over to him. Which,
12.
if I'm correct, is 12. So that will bring his health down to that. And as you do, you just hum like a... You hear like the cracking against your shoulder as Eric takes a couple of steps back, just holding on, as the audience going, woo, just thinking this is how a champion really goes for matches. As that counterattack seemed to have come out of nowhere, Eric looking at you thinking, I'm going to have to think smarter than that, aren't I?
I'm a lot more than I used to be, put it that way.
So it seems, my friend, so it seems. I'm not done yet, though. As he comes in and going for a suave left hook. Can this one have any better effect? Probably not. That is only an 8 versus your AC.
Yeah, that's a bit below my 14.
Okay. So he goes for the left hook. It connects with you, but doesn't nearly connect with as much force as you were anticipating. Missing, just scuffing you that little bit. So instead of taking the full brunt, you only take 3 points of damage.
Cool.
But then with Eric Dance doing that, thinking, oh man, I'm down on my luck today. Nothing seems to be connecting. Time for the 1-2! And he just goes for that right straight. Instead, as his bonus going up against you. Oh, and that's only a 12 versus your AC. With that being done, because I know that's going to be less than what you're carrying, Eric goes for that straight. It's like as if you move your head out of the way, and then he scuffs his hand again against your face. Not quite connecting, but doing a little bit. That's another 3 points of damage. But Eric's just a little bit disappointed in himself, thinking, "Man, I'm rusty."
And I was just like, Erg's just like to Eric, I thought you said you were going to give me your all.
And he's like, I guess I have to embrace the Phoenix side of me earlier than I thought. I got to get into this.
I'm just going to burn you down.
Oh no. But as we flick on over to Erg, I want to know, how's this crowd feeling right now? Thaddeus, roll me some of that D12.
Yeah. Okay. So D12, it's a 9.
Lovely. The crowd's digging it. The crowd's actually digging it quite mad. Seeing the counters, seeing Eric trying his best but not quite connecting, seeing like the sheer imposing force of Erg standing in front of him. They know this is going to be a match and a half. A real good hearty match between two allies. Oh yeah. And then we jump on over to Erg and what you're about to do.
Well, I'm going to continue I'm not moving my feet because I am an unmovable mountain. I'm going to start with a larger than life to be a real mountain to him.
Alright. So that is a power save from me to see if I can get through it. Let's have a looky. Make sure I'm actually rolling the right dice. That would help. Hup! Is it going to be high enough? Eric Dance makes it. Oof.
Ooh.
You try using your larger than life as Eric just looks over at you and just goes, "Come on, big guy, you're not going to intimidate me with those googly eyes, are you?"
Worth a try. And with that, as soon as I finish talking, I immediately go into just grabbing him straight into a suplex.
Ooh, wowdy. Any kind of suplex in particular?
Nah, just an old-fashioned one, like old times. I was a simpler man back then, and that's what Eric knows, so I'm going to bring him back some nostalgia.
Right, very good. If that's the case, D12 plus your power, please.
By the way, I rolled a 3 on my D4 for my gloves.
Oh, very good.
But I've forgotten their effect.
Your gloves I will remind you as I bring up my sheet of sheets with all the bits and bobs. Here we are. That's consumables. Here's equipment. Lovely. So as a pair of grappler gloves, that is +1 damage on grapple moves.
Lovely stuff. Rightio. Right. I roll my d12 with my power for an 18.
Oh, that will do it. That will certainly do it. As you grab him, lift him up, the crowd already going, oh, and the guy with the sign going, he's doing it! As you slam him down for that suplex, doing your monstrous 8 points of damage.
9 plus the +1 from the gloves.
No, you got a very good point. That is 9. I will just tally that up. Lovely. So that comes up to that much. Lovely. Eric being slammed into the mat. The crowd going, ah! For seeing the suplexes. The guy in the front with the sign. Kind of acting, I don't know whether you guys have seen the scene from Avatar, The Last Airbender, where you just have that guy from the Earth Nation just going,
I imagine there's someone in the crowd like that kid from The Incredibles on the tricycle. That was totally awesome!
Totally. Like, you got kids going absolutely crazy, looking at their dads and mums going, he just did the thing! Mm. I love it. Anything else that you have in the tank, Erg?
Well, I have something in the tank. I have actually 3 things in the tank to spend, if you catch my drift, as I go in for a rock wrecker.
Oh shit! Already whipping out the climax move. Oh damn.
I'm bringing my A game. Like, I don't understand why you don't just use your final attack as your first attack.
I mean, why not? Just show them who's boss by decimating them right off the bat. Absolutely. So with that in mind, you lay down the field with your rock wrecker, raising him up from his feet, and then driving him down, putting him into the DDT position. Everyone in the crowd knowing who you are just thinks, oh, what already? What? As you drop, aiming to drop his face onto your rock-hard knee. Roll me that attack, which is your D12 plus power.
Oh, you're not going to believe it.
Oh no.
It's a perfect hit.
Oh, this is going to hurt for Eric. Oh, Lord. So I believe you also leveled up your climax, didn't you?
Yeah. I believe it was into the one which gave damage dice.
Yes, I remember that one. So, with that in mind, your climax move, as it drops down, Eric Dance's head being rammed down via a DDT, but oh no, the knee comes out, face first into the knee. It's a rock wrecker, dealing your favor's worth of damage because it is a perfect hit. So that is already 12 points. Let me just get my calculator up to do this bit. Lovely. Already 12 points. And then minusing on top of that an additional D12 worth of damage, as well as an extra 2d4 because of your level in the climax move. That's 1d12 and 2d4 added on top.
Right, that's a 7 on the d12 and a 3 and a 1 on the d4s.
Minus 3 and minus 1. Oh wow.
23.
Big chungus worth of damage, that's for sure.
Do I get my grappling glove effect on that as well? The +1 as well.
That would technically go through, because it is a grapple. So that absolutely
24
makes sense.
points.
24 points of damage. Big chungus damage. As Eric gets smashed onto the knee, falls onto the mat, face heading upward, Crowd going mental at the fact that they've just seen the climax move. Erg, he's face up. He's on the ground. Do you go for a pin?
No. I'm going to grab his hand and pull him back to the pack up.
Ooh.
What?
I want a fight.
You grab his hand. You bring him up.
Like, lightly slap his face a bit. Get him with it.
Give him like some taps to shake him out of it. And I believe that is your turn. Lovely. With that in mind, crowd's going pretty nuts right now, and things are planning to get a little bit more crazy. Here's hoping that Eric can make a comeback, and can he? Well, let's find out. Starting off with all this. Oh, look at this. You shouldn't have done that. Gives the Phoenix a revive crit. Oh, damn. Delir giving Eric Dance's next move the perfect hit treatment.
Damn.
Thank you, Delir. This is actually going to make the fight a bit better.
And you know what? Eric is totally going to take advantage of that. As he looks over at you, he's got a little bit of blood coming down from his nose and he just wipes it off. As he does, he's just standing there looking at you and just goes, "Whoa, man. You became so much stronger since the last time I met you."
I'm waiting for you to show me if you have.
Well, I'm about to show you a technique I've been working on while being on the farm. Let's see how you work with this. And then, as you're watching him, he just seems to be moving towards you with a regular boxing stance. Which seems like something, oh, I've seen this already, I can counter this. But as you're watching him, it's like as if he suddenly dashed and turned invisible out of your vision. And he was right in front of you. Leaving you to think, where the heck is he?
I sort of look around with a bit of a smile on my face because I'm really enjoying where this is going.
And as you're looking around the audience are thinking, huh? What's happened to him? They can't even see him either. And then all of a sudden, you just feel because of that perfect hit that Delir's just given through the chat, you feel a sharp strike into your gut from the right-hand side just suddenly stab into you. And then a similar kind of jab going into the other side of your gut. And then another jab into the center of your chest, forcing you back a little bit. And then, all of a sudden, it's like as if Eric just comes out and is just phased back into reality, dashing straight in front of your face, leaping at you, with a final strike striking you in the face.
Ouch.
And as he does all this, I'm just going to roll some bits here, calculate some damage, bear with me. That is that, plus oof, adding an additional oof.
Oof.
Okay.
Oh, roll me a d6 as well.
Oh, yes. Oh, crap, yeah. That's a thing. Right, so all of that, I need to actually, bloody hell, I'm tallying this up super much. So that is that plus that plus that plus that. Oh Lord. Eric Dance, with his flurry of punches coming at you, deals a monstrous 32 points of damage.
Oof.
Oof.
Damn.
Still above half, though.
And as you are smashed by all of that, he looks over at you and just goes, "How'd you like the look of my Phoenix combination?"
What was the result of the d6, by the way?
Oh, yep, D6, that's a good point. Let's have a look. A 4.
Thank God for that. Right. So, the last punch, Erg's I'm guessing just pushed proper backwards, or was he floored, or...
That final strike, because you were leaning backwards and he was knocking you down from above, leaves you in a downed position.
Am I face up or face down?
Face up.
Just goes, nice.
Nice one. And then Eric, because he is a nice guy, he's going to do the same thing you did. He's going to extend a hand out, grasp it with your hand, help you up to your feet. Because what's the best way of exchanging how you doing by using your best moves against one another in glorious combat?
Absolutely.
There you go. And then Eric looks over at you and just goes, "Oh, I'm so glad you enjoyed that. Now how about I take one out of your book?" As he goes to put you into a suplex position.
No way.
Let's see if he does it. Oh, Vinny.
Yeah.
It's a perfect hit.
Oh,
It's a natural
I was about to check about his weight class, but I don't think it matters anymore.
He's actually heavyweight.
Fair.
So, he's actually doing really freaking well. With that in mind, he manages to get you into a suplex hold, lifts you, and everyone in the crowd are just off their feet thinking, "What? He's lifting him?" As he lifts you up and does a standard suplex onto you, with you landing back first onto the mat behind him, being dealt 12 points of damage. Those doing the tallying would see that, yes, Eric has done 44 points of damage in a single round.
And also, he is holding on to me still, and he's going to have some heavy shards of rock slicing into him right now, because gonna explode!
Oh, gonna explode.
Nice.
So for those who don't know, the Agricons, when they drop below 50% of their maximum health points, things occur. Specifically in Urg's case, he is a fault block mountain Agricon, and he has seismic plates. So Eric Dance has to make a toughness save. Let's have a look and see how he does on this one. Hup! Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh yeah!
He makes the save.
Oof.
Only just, but he makes the save. As your shards just fly out, the audience are just protecting themselves. Luckily, none of them hit anyone. You see an odd shard.
There's like barriers that just pop up out of nowhere.
Yeah, just emergency bing barriers.
They just got Agricon alert. Just bleed like all over them. Agricon alert.
Like you just got someone on a loudspeaker going, "Duck!" Well then you just got one guy. Then you just all of a sudden got a random duck in the audience just going whack, and one of the stones whacking him comically on the head.
It was a duck. He should have ducked.
Didn't quite work out for him, sadly. He was a bit quackers.
Why, Dom?
Had to, okay? I was lined up for it. Either way.
I mean, I'm a dad and that was bad to me.
Either way, the seismic plates fly off with sadly no damage done to Eric. As Eric stands back up with you laying down on the floor, raising a single arm up, as if to say, he's back. And badder than ever. Oh yes.
Can I put my arm in the air and give him a thumbs up?
Totally. From that ground position where it's like, yay! Very good. But as you're doing that, how are the crowd actually feeling? Liam!
By the way, before, I rolled a d12 there, and he got a 10, so I'm scoring a 9 out of 10 for that suplex.
Yep, no worries.
Oh, that's a 1.
Oh.
The audience were really hyped. They don't take the can from those Agricon plates flying to their faces. You just see like the parents in the audience just raising up like their farming rakes and pitchforks. Just going, hey, you leave your stones out of my business, you hear me? You damn rock idiot. Like you just see some old codgers just going, Herbert Ferris, bloody runner.
Erg's just shouting, my bad, it's like a sneeze, I can't help it.
Help it more, you damn idiot. I seen grannies throw better than your idiot rocks. You just notice there's a lot of the old codgers in the audience for making these remarks. We've obviously been round the barnyard one too many times. As we float back over to your turn, Erg.
How close am I to Eric?
You are in a downed position behind him.
Right, so I can use half of my movement to get out of the down position.
Yup.
And I'll do that. And then what I want to do is sort of, like, I don't know, is he facing me or facing away from me, or?
At the moment, facing away from you.
I want to grab just quickly grab his face and slam his back of his head on my shoulder.
Oof. Okay, grab the face and ram it back into the shoulder. Let's have a look at that one. I want you to roll me a d12 plus your power, please.
Right. That is a 14.
Lovely stuff. That matches his AC.
Ooh.
Stalemate. Let's see how this goes.
That's a 9.
That's also a 9. Let's go again.
It happened again, Dom. I got a 12.
You also got a 12?
Oh my god! Right. Okay, I got an 11.
It's a 10.
Come on! Oh my god!
Oh no.
Oh, so close.
Just so close, fucking hell!
So
I can imagine there was like a proper like ninja sparring match, like in Dragon Ball Z.
Wait. Delir's come in giving you the perfect hit chance.
Me?
Yes.
What a darling! Thank you, man.
Give it to the rock.
It's like I can imagine this like a Dragon Ball Z bit, like okay, let's go to the example because he's just giving me the perfect hit. Cell when he's fighting Super Saiyan 2 Gohan for the first time, and he's just not landing a single blow in all these moves.
Oh yeah. Crazy stuff.
And I just do one punch, and he just goes flying. Like
That's it. But yes, you managed to grab him and bring his head, smashing it down onto your shoulder. That is... No, it's going to be 13 points of damage because of a +1 on your gloves.
wow, nice.
Because that is...
And then with that-
for favour of the perfect hit. There we
And
go.
without missing a beat, without like taking any more time, I'm immediately going to grab him up and go for like a backbreaker.
Oof. Okay, while he's in a similar position, good enough to do it, raising yourself up, going for backbreaker. And with that, can you roll me a d12 plus your toughness, please?
That's a 15.
That's good. And as it goes on in, it hits backbreaker onto Eric Dance, smashing it down. Crowd going, ooh, as it just hits into Eric Dance quite hard, wheeling in pain as it does smack into him, dealing a solid 6 points of damage. Sorry, 7.
No, it would be 6. I've had 3 uses of my
Oh,
gloves.
There you go. There you go.
I'm not going to take unlawful damage. Also, I forgot to roll it earlier. My larger than life, I rolled a 3 on it.
Oh,
So after this next turn, I'll get it back. I think
no
I was going to use it, but I'm not. So instead of that, having done the backbreaker, I want to pick him up and do a test of strength with him.
Oof. Here we go. This will be a fun one. And I think this is the first time we've actually seen test of strength being used in in the game so far. I think.
Yes, it is. I've avoided it before because I just didn't think about it, but
So here
it's
we
about
go.
time.
Okay, so for those interested, test of strength. Best way to test someone's mettle is to challenge them with pure strength. From level 2, if an opponent is within 10 feet of you, you can put them into a test of strength, where you grapple to decide who is the strongest. You roll a power contest with the following results. Okay, you specifically in this case will be catered to yourself, Erg. So please roll a d6 and we'll see how it lands on the table of contest.
Well, I don't know what's going on. I think I need to refresh the dice roller I'm using because I've got a 6. This is an unusually weird spread right now. Yeah, I got a 6.
I can't believe we had a rock paper scissors with d12s with someone clip it and have it be rock paper scissors 2.0. So true. It happened again. So, rolling a 6. Sheer force overwhelms your opponent. The opponent is pushed back 10 feet and is dealt 1d6 damage, and this pushback triggers attack openings if anyone else was involved, but sadly no one else is. It's a singles match. But 1d6 worth of damage regardless. Roll me a d6.
Would that push him into the ropes, by the way?
That would do, yes.
Nice. I've not got another move in mind, but... Although I have gained 2 wrestle points. Or did I only gain 1? I don't... No, it's 2, isn't it? I've read 2. I've had a lot of perfect hits. And I rolled a 1 on the d6.
Okay, minus for 1. A single point pushing him back. But he is against the ropes. Just holding on.
You know what?
Oh no.
I'm going to spend a wrestle point to extend my combo.
Oh no.
And I want to go in for like a clothesline into the ropes, trying to push him over.
Okay. Clothesline! As you just take this opportunity and think to yourself, one step closer, flying at him with that big rock arm of yours, going for that solid clothesline. That will be d12 plus your power again, please.
Righty-o. That is 14.
A stalemate once again.
Here we go again.
There we go.
Okay, I rolled a 12 again. What the fuck?
Check your dice roller, my god.
I refresh. I'm using the wizard one, and it's just.
It's a troll from Eric.
Oh yeah.
Here we go again.
Oh my god. Okay, it's over. I don't know. Please let it be over. It's not. It's just 10.
Eric rolled a 1.
Oh, finally it's over. I get a heart attack every time.
And as you're heading over towards him, Eric looks like he's about to block it, but the block just doesn't go up high enough as your arm smashes into the jugular. And as it does, just causes Eric to ricochet around the ropes and be thrown outside of the ring, getting dealt some damage along the way, specifically being dealt an extra 8 points. Ouch.
Yep.
And Eric is now in a downed position outside of the ring. As now...
I'm just gonna shout. I want to shout at him. Have you had enough yet?
It's at this moment in time when you actually notice that the referee comes over, looking over the edge, seeing that Eric is down, and starts doing what referees do, calling for the count out. As I'm gonna roll some dice on my end and see what happens. 1, he calls. And I'm rolling for the referee whilst also rolling for Eric, so this is going to be interesting. Eric rolling for that. Oh no. 2, 3, 4, as the referee keeps counting and Eric doesn't seem to be getting up. Come on, oh god, Eric, why?
Eric!
5! As Eric
And
is
at 5,
down.
jumps out of the ring. Just grabs Eric just to look at him to see if he's conscious or not or whatever. Picks him up over his shoulder and jumps back into the ring as fast as he can.
Ugh.
This is not going down to DQ.
Ugh. You don't have enough movement to do that, I'm afraid.
Oh no!
Because you used half your movement to get up previously.
Oh, of course. Shh.
And you used
Okay,
to
I'm just
do that clothesline.
I'm just sticking my arm out, just like, Eric, please.
As the referee is now at the 5 count, following by 6, 7.
I'll plead
Hey!
with the ref to stop.
Oh god.
Check if he's conscious. Check if he's conscious,
Referee
but
going
stop the DQ.
9! As Eric has one last chance. Delia rolling the perfect. As Eric manages to climb up at the 9 count.
Yes.
But now I need to roll to see if he actually manages to get into the ring. Because that was to help him get up on his feet.
My hand is offered out to grab. If that helps anything.
Oh, he goes to grab it. I'm gonna. You know what? This is gonna. He's actually gonna use one of his wrestle points he got from a perfect hit earlier to see if he can't do better. Come on, Eric. Oh no. He makes it.
Yes.
It's like a 9.5 rolling back into the ring as the referee just signals to go. Nope, he's clear. It's on. It's absolutely fine. Woof.
If I'm gonna win this, and I am gonna win this, I'm taking you down the proper way. You're not going out by some dirty method.
Like, he manages to go back up to his feet, and as he does some heavy breathing. As he looks at you and just going, I wouldn't expect any less. Let's keep going. And as it's Eric's time to finally get in here and do something about it, as he looks at you, Erg, and thinks, oh wait, you're near the ropes. Let's see how you like it! He wants to try and toss you over! But what this is going to involve is, he is going to roll a power check to see if it's good enough.
So that's what it is.
Which he does achieve, managing to throw you over the ropes. And throwing you over the ropes and hitting the mat, it's not going to do a lot damage-wise. It only deals 2 points of damage to you. Little bit of a bang and a bump as you fall out. But as you get thrown out, it's like as if Eric's looking down at you, and something's clocked into his eyes. As he's grabbed onto the ropes, and everyone in the audience are thinking, no, no. He jumps onto the ropes and attempts a shooting star press onto you. And if you don't know what a shooting star press is, it's basically he jumps onto the ropes, does a backwards flip to basically try and backwards flop onto Erg, to put it into context. Let's see how this does. It's a 15 versus your AC.
You bastard!
Oof.
Oh.
And as he slams on top of you, the audience going absolutely nuts. As they've just seen something that they didn't expect Eric Dance to suddenly be able to pull off. Only deals 5 points of damage to you. Mind you. But then you notice something. He flops onto you with the shooting star press, and after that successful hit, it's like as if time itself has been reversed, as he's able to seamlessly jump back to his original position and do it again. Looks like Eric's been learning some high flyer moves.
He's even training with hit.
I do not have the information to prove or deny this idea. But this time round, instead of going for the superstar press, or the shooting star press, I should say, he's going to jump onto the ropes, turn around. It's the old school moonsault off the top rope.
Oh, that's hard.
It's a stalemate again.
Oh, God.
14 versus the AC. Let's go.
Right, first roll. 1, 2, 3. It's a 9.
It's a 10.
Damn.
As that is a moonsault, just absolutely collapsing on top of you, dealing another 5 points of damage to you as you're slammed to the outside.
Oh boy, I've lost 60 points this match so far.
Okay. Now with that in mind, I want you to roll me a d12. It's just a flat one, so please just roll one for me. I'm rolling the same for Eric.
That's a 10.
Okie doke. Eric's is an 11. As the referee in the ring starts going for that, starts calling for the ring out again, heading up to the number of 6. But luckily, both of you guys are able to immediately get to a standing up position. You're not stuck into a downed one. As of the 6 count, you are both up. But I want to know how this crowd are reacting. Thaddeus, can we get some fan rolls, please?
Okay. Bunch of fan rolls coming up. So just one?
Just for one, please.
9.
Yeah, fans are pretty darn hype about it. They're seeing Eric dance doing moves he's never shown before. Being a high flyer? It's like, what? Absolutely nuts.
And reversing time. Let's not forget the reversing time.
Well, it's one of the things the high flyers can do. If they successfully land a high flying attack, they can go back to their original position after it successfully hits.
I did not know that, and I do not like it.
Well, hey, it means the high flyers can attack from range and go back to their original ranged position. Ah.
Well, damn, that's pretty OP. That was a pretty successful.
Oh yeah. So, with that in mind, you're both up into a standing position, but now it is... That was Eric's turn, so it does roll over to you, Erg, as you are both on the outside.
I want to slam his face on the corner of the arena.
Alright. You just grab his face, you bring him over to the corner of the ring, and you're going for that head smash. I want you to roll for me an attack. This time, however, roll me an attack with your cunning, please.
My cunning's a 5, yeah?
A 4.
4, okay. That's a 15. I rolled an 11.
That will do it. Very, very good. You grab his head and you just smash it into the corner post. And as you do, Eric just grabbing onto his head as he's dealt another 4 points of damage. Starting to hold onto his head as the audience is like, ooh! As you just hear the echo of the ding as he's just whacked against it. What's next on your plan? Zebra guy saying, push its eyes into the into the steel steps. What you got, Vinny? What are you thinking?
I want to put his head on the ropes and guillotine him.
You mean like
so I climb into the ring, put his head on the ropes, and jump down like.
Oof! Crap! Right, so you grab him, force his head down into a position so he's laying head first on the outside of the ring. You climb up, and as you do, you jump. Is it like a guillotine leg drop at all, or something along those lines?
The way I imagined it is sort of like he's in the ring on top rope. I'm sort of standing on the outside, like on the edge of the mat, and I jump down, pulling him along with me. So he gets caught on the rope, and I end up back outside the ring.
Right, gotcha. You do just that. And as you do, and use all that about you, roll me an attack with wits for this attack, please.
I am pretty sure my wits is a 5.
That's a 4. Why,
God damn it.
Sheet?
It keeps on coming. I got another 15.
Ooh, ouch. That 15 hits, that's another 4 points of damage. You coming back to the outside, Eric's head being guillotined, whipping backwards, also landing on the outside, falling into a downed position as the crowd are going nuts, but the referee hasn't stopped counting, as the referee has gone up to an 8 count.
Can I spend a wrestle point to extend my move and sort of throw him and myself back into the ring?
Yes. And you do just that. You use a wrestle point, grab Eric off of the ground, chuck him back in the ring with the 8 count being placed. And as you do, and you throw him into the ring, and the referee calling for it, saying, "Nope, not a ring out," Eric is on the floor. He seems dazed and out of it. Will you take the pinfall?
I think this match has been a good showing for him as his first match back. The fans have seen everything they need to see about him, but I don't want to kill him. He's been through a lot. I don't want to put him back in the hospital. So I'm going to pin him now, just to try and avoid us both killing each other.
Alrighty. You roll him over, get on top of him, go into the pin, raising a leg. Referee slides onto the mat to get down close. Now it's down to Eric Dance's pin saves, and because of his critical level of health, he already starts with 1 failure. So, as the referee slides down, he sees the shoulders onto the mat. 1 to already start things off. Eric, going for the next roll. Here we go. 2 as the second one lands. Eric's got 1 more shot. And as the referee's coming down, it's like as if it hits 2.95 as Eric snaps that shoulder up, forcing you off of him, and crowd going nuts. Thinking, how is he
Eric's
still
going
got
nuts as
something
well.
in?
Eric has just got the biggest, cheesiest grin on his face right now.
Like everyone in the audience just going, ooh, ooh, just like with a mind blown, thinking, what? How does this even work? As Eric has just burst out of a real bad pinfall predicament.
You know what? This is a very, very close match, and if Erg loses, it'll be his first loss, and I'll have been proud, because this has been a damn good match.
It really has been. It's been hype. As we flip on over back to Eric's turn. He breaks out. He uses half of his movement to get back into a standing position. He is very worse for wear. He's not looking great. He's got the eyes and soul of a future champ. As he's looking over at you with a big grin on his face. He knows he's been enjoying himself, but he knows this ain't over yet. As what he does is he goes back to his boxing roots and he goes at you with a simple right straight, which lands as a 15 versus your AC.
Well played.
A 15 clocking onto you, whacking you into the position next to your chest and upper shoulder area. As he
I've just remembered something, sorry Don, that we've both completely forgotten about this entire match. My AC is now 13 because I'm below half health.
Ah, good point.
But I had 15 AC before I went below half health. So my AC's been wrong this entire time.
That's fine. It happens. Don't worry about it.
But my AC is now 13, not 14.
No worries. Either way, the hit goes through, smashes into that shoulder area, dealing 6 points of damage. Then it's like as if he activates the old 1-2, going for the other shoulder. Is it going to be a hit? Oof, it's another 15 versus your AC. Clocking in for another solid 6 points of damage on the other shoulder. And since that was just his bonus function, he's then going to do it's then as if he's gained a little bit of extra wind as he tries jumping up at you and rising a knee towards your face, hoping to clock onto that last strike, which is a 14 versus your AC. With the knee only dealing 4 points of damage. And as
Do I have any... Right, I just have to ask, is there any way of me gaining any health back in this battle?
Not during the fight, no.
Right.
But effectively now, it's like you're staring at each other. It wasn't powerful enough to take you to a down position, but it's like as if you're staring at each other, groggy, beaten, bruised, battered.
I'm not sure if everyone was aware, but I'm on like 7 hit points right now.
Oof.
Damn.
One shall stand, one shall fall, as the classic line from Optimus Prime. But before we go on over to your turn, Erg, I want to know what the audience is thinking. Liam, give us a fan roll.
Yes, indeed. And that is a 12.
Woo.
Fantastic. The fans are going absolutely bazonka crazy over all this. They're seeing Eric doing an insane comeback from the brink of losing, and you just hear them starting a chant going, "Fight forever! Fight forever!" The fans just don't want this to stop. This is one of the best matches they've ever seen, and it's so freaking hype. They do not want this to end.
And it's only the first match.
I know, right? Out of this big main event listing we have. Right. Erg, it's your go.
It's hammer stomp time. I'm going to quake the floor around me and see if I can't down him.
Here we go. Here comes for Hammer Stamp, which causes a quake. All wrestlers within range rolling a power save. On a fail, it's damage and downed. Let's have a look. Hammer Stamp rolling in. Do we get the save? Oof. No save.
Oof.
So that is 2d4 plus power worth of damage. As you've effectively...
13.
Lovely.
13.
As you effectively just raised your foot, slammed it down, and as you've slammed that down, causing a quake in the ring, enough of a quake to make Eric's knees just literally just couple over and not keep together quite lightly. And it's like as if the earthquake is just rattling his bones in such a way that it's causing his head to rattle inside, just left, right, and centre. As you just seem to see Eric going from his standing stance position, slowly losing his stance, falling backwards as he slams into a down position, facing up.
Right, I don't want to take a chance with this. I think I'm gonna go for. I can't remember the name of it. It's like where you put your foot on their chest and you sort of step over them, putting all your weight on the foot.
Right. You put your foot on his chest.
Yeah, not like a stomp, but like just a stop proper. You put all your weight on one foot as you step over him.
Okay. As you put your foot on him, I want you to quickly roll me a smarts check just to look at him.
That that was 3 plus my smart, so 6.
Lovely. That's a 9. That's pretty good, actually. You look over at him as you put your foot onto his chest, and as you're putting that foot onto his chest, you look over at him. He's gone. He's absolutely knocked out at this point. You walking over him may just cause additional damage if you wanted to, but
The second I notice that, I lighten up right up. I don't wanna send him back to the hospital. And as soon as I notice that, I drop the move straight into a pin to try and end this.
Okie doke. You just notice, completely abandon what you were about to do to jump onto that pinning position. So, keeping this in mind, Eric Dance has already been down before, so instead of having one automatic failure, he now already has two, so he only has one chance to make a sudden comeback. As you have the referee sliding over again, checking the shoulders. 1! Crowds just silent in anticipation. 2! Some of the people in the audience just crying out for Eric.
Come on, Eric. I believe in you.
Comeback.
Come on, Eric. I believe in you.
Referee's hand coming down. Fans hoping to see the Phoenix rise again. 3! He's out! Ding, 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 ding. The winner of this match, Erg.
As soon as that bell rings, I drop his leg, I get right off of him, I'll pick him up, put him on my shoulder, and just, raise his arm into the air with my own.
Sorry about that, Delia. We'll have to use your roll of 1. Oh wait, you did a roll of 1? No more revives for Bird, back to the ashes.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Alright, Delia, that's fine. He would have failed anyway then. Wait, so say that again, Erg, sadly. Sorry.
No, I was, he'll pick up, as soon as the match is finished, pick him up, put him on the shoulder, and, raise his arm in the air with his own, and just be, shouting about, I may have won this match, but god damn it was close. Everyone, put your arms in the air and shout for Eric Dance, the Phoenix!
And then everyone's they're not even clapping, they're giving you guys a standing ovation. Like a proper standing ovation, clapping, rearing their heads off, chanting for both you and Dance, just going, we love Erg, let's go Eric, we love Erg, let's go Eric. Back to back against one each other, the crowd going absolutely nuts, loving what has quite frankly been an absolutely insane match to behold. Erg is the winner of his match at the Bash for Barnyard.
Immediately calling for medical attention.
Oh yes, medical teams will dash out to see that both of you are alright. Making sure that Eric is alright as well, taking Eric from your shoulders and
people at the front of the audience catching Erg shouting get the fuck away from me, look at Eric.
That's it. And they're looking over Eric, they're checking him over, and as they're putting Eric over their shoulders, it's like as if Eric grabs them and just goes and just pushes them away. Eric wanting to stand on his own 2 feet as he just gets some time to have a big lean back and a big breath being let out as he looks over to you. He takes his fist and just slams it against your chest and just goes, thank you, man.
I'll just do exactly the same back to him. And you, man. I want a rematch. I don't think this was close enough.
And he just chuckles with you and just goes, well, they don't call me the Phoenix for nothing. I've got to make a comeback, haven't I?
Absolutely, man. You go, man. You burn the sky.
And he gestures to you as if he wants to walk out with you, friends in arms, entering as allies.
Hell fucking yeah.
Strong. Lovely. He walks back out with you, as he does, walking out to see Liam.
Mm-hmm.
No. Yeah. I'll just gesture to Liam to give us a hand.
Yep.
Because I'm pretty knackered.
He is.
Yeah.
You offer your hand, Liam?
Liam, of course, will offer a shoulder.
Lovely. You offer your shoulder out to the lads. They gladly take it. Lads in arms, joined together, coming on out, ready to have a rest. As you reach,
As they walk into the darkness.
Oh yeah. As you reach the trailer, Eric breaks off from you guys with some of the medical guys, and just goes, "I'll leave you guys to it, so you guys can celebrate on your own merits. I've got to get back to my own trailer anyway and recuperate in my way. But thanks, man."
You do you, man. Oh, and it's like, as he's saying that, I was like, oh, by the way, and pull out a can of like deep heat spray and throw it over to him.
Aww.
He grabs it and just goes, "I need to put this to some good use. You're not making fun of my Phoenix motif, are you?"
Maybe.
You jokester. I'll be in touch, guys. Keep it real.
Yep.
And you, my dude.
He gives you one last thumbs up as he just starts walking off with the medical team. You being helped by Liam coming back up to the trailer. Bob just standing outside of the trailer, just giving you guys a standing ovation as you guys are walking back. Bob just going, "That was amazing, man! I haven't seen a wrestling match like that in so many years. Damn, I'm proud."
It's good to find friends in good places.
Quite a match, yeah.
Thaddeus, are you coming over to celebrate with him, or are you still in your focused world at the moment?
He's in a focused world at the moment. He's contemplating about why Thaddeus has kind of taken over Wilbur at times.
Okay,
Because
we'll come
we've
to
noticed
that.
that. Yeah.
Is that in sight of us or nah?
Oh yeah.
So what?
Was that in sight of us? Will we be able to see you, or are you out of the way?
He's in his underground lair.
Ah,
So-
yes. The dastardly den.
The dastardly den.
Lovely. We'll come back to
Well,
that in a
it's
second,
like-
actually. We'll delve in there.
It's like, just like, where is that bell end?
Bob just looks at you and just goes, "Oh, you mean Thaddeus? Don't you worry about him. He's in his little den area trying to get focused for the main event."
Ah, fair enough. I get that.
And as you hear him say that, you hear a voice behind you guys just going, "He's gonna need all the thinking he can possibly get. He can think all he wants. He ain't got no chance against this bad boy." As you just see Jace Highwind just hovering outside the door of his trailer, giving you guys the stare down, being as cocky as he always is.
Can I use larger than life on him?
You can
Despite
certainly
my
try.
state. Just, I'm getting furiously pissed off with this guy.
Let's see what happens. He completely passes with flying colours.
Bollocks.
As he's looking at you, and you, because of you being so heavily injured, looking over at him and trying to be intimidating, he's just kind of looking at you, just thinking, Agricon trying to be scary at me after you look like that? Pff, don't fool me, man. You need to recover before you have any chance of scaring my ass. Not for you to have
I
any
could
chance.
take you on right here, right now. The only reason I don't want to is because I don't want to ruin Thaddeus' easy chance of getting a belt.
You sure about that, big man? One false move and I'll super kick that head right off of his shoulders.
Have you ever lost a match?
I don't know. As he jumps down from the steps of his trailer, slowly walking towards you, going, "Have you ever lost your head?"
Nope, never lost a match either.
He kind of gets like face to face with you. It's just like a very intimidating stare down between you two.
If either of us hits each other, I know there's going to be shit, but God, I'm tempted.
But as he's staring you down, he just takes a moment and just goes, "What am I even doing?" Like he just reels back a little bit, puts back on his sunglasses, and just goes, I'm better than you. Why would I stoop down to some idiotic level trying to say I'm gonna super kick your head off? Look, end of the day, regardless of what happened, match was pretty decent, I'll give you props for that. But last time I checked, you're in my town. And when you're in the champ's town, ain't nobody better than me.
I completely understand you not wanting to hit me. After all, you need to save all your energy for trying to escape all the pinfalls you're going to get.
Wisecracker. And he just, he pulls up his sunglasses against his eyes. As he does, you just feel a sudden burst of air come close to your face. As you see his foot raise up and stop about an inch away from your eyes. As like a threat that could have been a super kick straight into your face.
Can I go for a very swift punch that goes within an inch of his balls?
Roll for it. I will let you roll for it. This will be with your cunning.
That is.
But I will let you know one thing. Oh no, it's not a perfect hit, is it? Oh god.
I'm not going to hit him in the balls, but I want to very, very much nearly hit him in the balls.
It's like as if you go for the swing, and as you go for the swing, it's heading towards that area, but not quite. You aim like a little bit higher, so it's more like gut region rather than nut region. And even though he stops where he did, you end up hitting him enough to push him back to where the steps were when he's in that awkward kind of position, forcing him to stand back to normal again. As he looks back over at you with a very angry look on his face. And all he does is just look at you and just goes, I should have knocked your goddamn block off, you piece of crap.
You could have tried.
He's just there kind of gritting his teeth. His glasses slightly falling down from his eyes and just leaning on the bridge of his nose as he calmly pulls them back up, trying to compose himself. As he looks all over and just goes, this isn't over. After I'm done beating up your little friend of yours, I'm gonna come after each and every one of you next. And before you know it, I'm gonna make it so that none of you are able to wrestle again, as long as I live.
So you're going to stop us from wrestling for about... how long is it until Thaddeus' match?
You got the match between Fox and Karatov first, and then it's the main event.
So what you're trying to say, sir, is that you want to stop us from wrestling for 2 matches?
What I'm trying to say is, I want to make you guys stop wrestling altogether.
Well, you've got 1 match coming up that I think you're going to fail in every effort you try.
We'll see about that, big boy. And as he says that, he's just gonna walk up the steps, head back into his trailer, shutting the door behind him, leaving you guys with like a mini personal win. It doesn't count as an actual win, but it's a personal victory. You fought it for champion's cockiness. Well done.
And I was just like, oh man, I hate that guy. He made me root for Thaddeus.
Wow.
Damn.
I like what Delir says in chat. He says, shoulder rocked his world. Should have rocked his world. Love it. So, you guys are coming back in the trailer, ready to rest up. Meanwhile, in the Dastardly Den. I don't know why that sounds like it's going to be, meanwhile, in the Legion of Doom.
Yes.
Meanwhile, in the Dastardly Den. Yes, there is Wilbur, trying to focus on his match ahead. Holding on to the mask of Dr. Thaddeus as you are trying to focus, having that inner monologue with yourself.
I was going to say, with the inner monologue, he's looking at the mask, but then he looks up and looks in the mirror, and he just says, "What was that? Why did you come out without the mask on? What's going on?"
It's like as if
So
you
wait-
see.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. You keep going.
Oh no, I was gonna say, to which his voice completely changes to, "Oh, Wilbur. You simply don't understand, do you? Sometimes you just got to realize that you have skills that you lack in, such as being able to look a little bit intimidating and having the confidence to insult your opponents. That's what I'm here for. But you only come out when I have this mask on. Why now? Or why recently? You've been coming out without my mask on. What's going on?" I suppose I better explain the whole thing to you. You see, I've always been by your side from the moment you snapped at that training. Do you remember? After all the work you've done for that company as a white-collar worker, bowing down to the higher-ups, being the subservient servant to the bosses who demand so much of you. I mean, that's why you decided to wrestle in the first place, wasn't you? You started to feel, how I put it, not so jolly. You didn't have enough confidence in yourself to say no, let alone say boo to a goose. So you thought the one thing that would make you at least a little more confident would be to fight. Be a man and use your fists to solve all your problems. But the moment that manager told you that you were not good enough for the wrestling world because you're just too nice, that's when I came out. I told him what for, and, well, let's just say, he started believing you a little more often, did he? You and I are intertwined. You're the nice guy that everyone sees as a people pleaser, while I am the one full of confidence and not afraid to tell everyone else how I feel about them. But in recent events, we seem to have integrated. Our personalities are melding into one. No, don't look at me like that. It's not as if we're going to fight over this vessel or anything. I say integration. That means we're going to mix. Part of me will remain with you, and parts of yourself will remain with me. We're one of the same old coin. But then you're going to have to make a very big decision. Who are you going to be? The villain that twirls his moustache with a flick of his cape and the tip of his hat with a maniacal cackle? Or will you become something entirely new? A rebirth, if you would. But in the meantime, you should concentrate on how you're going to annihilate that arrogant little rabbit. After all, rabbits are only good for one thing. Well, two things. One, being a magician's prop. And two, being a rabbit stew. And they'll just continue in their maniacal cackle that reverberates in the underground.
Oh yeah. I can just imagine
dastardly
the guys
Say,
at
this
the
sounds like-
upper part of the trailer just hearing the echoes of laughter, thinking, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
Can I just say, this sounds remarkably like it should be titled WrestleMania Two-Face.
I know, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
very good. So, all of that happening, you having that inner monologue moment, Erg trying to rest after his big fight match. But it's not
Yeah, I'm
as
just
if-
doing some gentle sit-ups to relax.
Okay. some relaxing, gentle sit-ups, and it's like as if you've just made sure Erg is back into a relaxing position as the trailer door starts knocking again. Bob answers it, checks there. It's another stagehand saying that, yeah, we're ready for Liam.
Yep. And I'm ready for a show.
Fantastic.
Can somebody get me a chair out near the ring? I want to watch, but I can't stand too much.
Bob's just looking at you, just going, now, are you sure about that, big boy? Last time I checked, I don't want you pushing yourself too far. Rest is very important.
I could have taken on that prick earlier. I can sit next to the ring.
Well, let's put it this way. If you're going out to the ring, I'm making sure you're out there with you. Just to give us some extra leeway. I'm not leaving you to it.
Fine, I'll accept that.
Right, so, three of you leave the trailer. And as you head down the hallway, it is the next match ready. As Liam, Cyber O'Reilly, will go toe-to-toe against fan-favourite returning star, Karatov.
Yes.
Bulgarian Circle Supreme.
He's
Lifting-
Belarusian.
Whatever.
He's Belarusian. Get it right.
Belarusian.
He should change where he's from every single time you mention it. It's just like it's like the Nico Bellic thing. You don't know where he's from.
From parts unknown.
He's from Russia and the connected countries.
He is from the Soviet somewhere.
Oof.
He was born on a plane travelling on the border of two countries, which was stuck in a quantum leap, making him in every single country in the East European and North Asian vicinities. So he was born in every single...
from being everywhere yet nowhere.
Yeah.
Needless to say, he is Karatov Supreme, lifting all the carrots, making him feel great and strong. Which is going to be fantastic in the next episode of Ring Warriors.
Boo.
I went, boo yourself.
Just kidding, Dom. Can't
None
wait.
of that. Don't bring your booing over to me. No, it's fine. It's all... Needless to say, that was fun. That was really good.
Yes.
Hope everyone
It was.
enjoyed it, both the players and the chat.
I'm still buzzing from my match.
It
I'm
was
gonna
really
say,
good.
as when it comes down to it, that was the best match I've ever had.
So back and forth and so crazy.
And then the rock, paper, scissors.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
the rock paper scissors was nuts. It was some good times. But how about and the revives? Good point there. But you know how else you can also enjoy the good times? By following, subscribing, going over to the YouTube channel and checking out the series so far so you don't miss a single beat. And on top of that, if you don't want to miss a single beat either, then why don't you consider possibly, just maybe, coming over to the Discord server where you can have access to uber much fun times. As we have a ton more things going on, lots more streams, lots more people that you can follow that supported as being part of the Explosive Armada, as well as also be notified as to when I go live and all that jazz in between, be it for Ring Warriors and be it for the other streams that I put on throughout the week.
And there's loads of emotes.
Oh yes, loads of emotes as well, including our beloved sheep emote, if you did wish to sub. But if you don't you worry, the sheep is always available on Discord for free if you just wish to have that. So have a blast with it.
Yep.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us on this epic adventure. As per usual, this will be up on YouTube as soon as I get the chance. Should go up at some point tomorrow, being the Saturday, the 1st of August, as we tread into Augustine territory. Hoo-ha. But what will happen next time, as Liam goes head-to-head against Karatov? Will there be carrots flying? Maybe, because we are on a farmstead of Ohio. But, needless to say, there's only one way to find out. So tune in next time to another edition of Ring Warriors next Friday. Until then, ladies and gents, have a good one. Stay explosive. That is goodbye from my group of wrestling buddies.
Bye-bye.
Nice.
And goodbye from yours truly. Stay expressive, everyone, and we'll be seeing you next time. Bye-bye.